Well, emergency responders often take part in training to keep their skills sharp.
But it isn't often that police, fire, and the EMTs are able to train side by side. And that's exactly what they did last weekend. Hundreds of first responders took part in a large-scale disaster drill on the federal cartridge property in Anoka. And as CTN Steve Antis reports, the training is about as real as it gets.
This is a drill. Federal cartridge 900 Bob Allen Drive.
The 911 call came in just after 8 a.m. A passenger train had collided with a freight train on the grounds of Federal Cartridge. First responders from Anoka County and beyond rushed to the scene.
The rail cars were inside a fenced-in area, piled up on top of one another.
Retired Metro Transit buses set the stage as passenger cars.
Ambulance has been ordered for rescue and rescue station 3.
Anoka police officer Mike Whitaker cut the locked chain on the gate. Inside, they found 150 people playing the role of crash survivors, many of them with injuries.
You know what happened at all?
In the eyes of the police, it was mayhem.
And we were told specifically for safety purposes and to allow the firefighters to do their training, we were to stay out of the rail cars and just deal with people who were wandering around outside of the rail cars.
There were many evaluators and observers who watched the rescue unfold, like Anoka County Emergency Management's Ken Bolter. Part of his role was to incite the victims to role play as if they were really hurt.
Get this off of me!
The first responders were overwhelmed at first, and that was the idea. So next time when they're actually arriving at a scene, they can expect that overwhelming feeling, and it won't be such a drain on them.
EMTs on the scene did triage.
This unit from the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport Fire Department has arrived to transport the critically injured to area hospitals. Meanwhile, we have firefighters over by the rail cars searching for more victims.
As part of the disaster scenario, a chemical leak on a tanker car brought out the hazmat team. Overall, some 300 personnel responded from multiple agencies, both public and private.
We did an event like this 2 years ago. It was about half this size, and it went so well that we decided to do another one.
First responders will be graded on how well they did based on their actions.
You know, a drill like this, there's going to be some things, we're anticipating some things that are going to go wrong.
With so many people involved in the drill, communication is key.
In past drills, that's where we find little glitches, you know what I mean? We have these communications devices, but somehow we can't get the word to each other.
It's something they plan to get right this time and every time. Steve Antis, CTN News.
We'd like to thank Coon Rapids firefighters Kevin Beck and Justin McGee for wearing helmet cameras, and also QCTV and Anoka County for sharing their video with us for this story. In a couple of weeks, there will be a report on the results of the drill to determine the overall effectiveness of the exercise.